Hey, I'm Seth with Land to House. Today is the first day in the build of the lawnmower and ATV shed. It's going to be a 14 by 20 stick build building with a metal roof, and it's going to be pretty close to the ground so I can get my equipment up in here. I'm also going to be able to store things like garden equipment and also have solar panels on the roof to power this building. So it should be quite an interesting build. To begin, I'm going to be laying the foundation, which means I'm going to have to mark out the size of the building, dig down below the frost line, add gravel, paver stones, and get everything level. So let's begin. Oh yeah, quick disclaimer. I'm just a homeowner and a YouTuber building a shed. So everything I do, just take that as free information from me and look up code in your area and definitely talk to a professional. Okay, let's get to work. To begin, I've just got a tape measure. I'm going to mark out where I want my corners roughly. So I've got a rock set over there, and then I've come over to this rock, and that is my 14 foot in this direction. Now I need to measure 20 feet in the other direction. All right, there's our 20 foot mark. I'm going to just set a rock here so we can keep that general area. So from this rock, I'm going to measure over here where this metal roofing is and see where the other 14 foot is. I decided to lay out the lumber to kind of get an idea of how big this shop's going to be. And so now I need to actually take a measure from each corner and also from diagonal to make sure they are equal. According to my calculations, with a 20 foot and a 14 foot, 293 inches should be the diagonal. So I'm going to go ahead and get one corner started, and that's going to be right here. So I'm just going to make a hole that's going to be big enough for the 16 by 8 block to go right in here. We dug the hole deep enough that the block is totally underground. And now I'm going to add a little bit of this rock back.
What? A rock back?
Yep, I'm going to add some of this.
Oh no, the rock?
The goal is for this to be ever so slightly above the ground here, so I got to add a little bit more rock. Okay, step back again. I'm going to put this one in. All right, nice. We are just slightly above that that dirt there. Now that the first paver is set in, this is the highest point. Everything from here is going to be lower. We're going to go 20 feet out and sink the next one in over here. And that will be the two corners that we were going to work off of to make sure the other sides are nice and even at 20 by 14. I have the second hole dug here. Now I need to make sure that that hole is level with this one back here. So I'm going to be using some twine and a line level to make sure that these two are level. I want every block to be level to this point, so I'm going to take this twine and wrap it around this block right here several times. And that will be my point used to keep everything level. There we go. I'm going to put the line level onto my twine here. So it is level right there. So we need to be about an inch and a half or 2 inches above the soil right here. I got the second block buried here. So if I take my level and just push it up against the corner, you can see that it is spot on level there. So exactly what we wanted to see. One thing to note, if you were to take a measurement from this back edge and come all the way over to this back edge, you would find an extra 4 inches. And that's because I want a little bit of the block exposed on both sides of the back here on each of these to make sure that the frame is well supported here in the middle. So it's time to move on to the third corner. So I will be measuring from about 1.5 inches in on this corner here and going over here and just kind of generally setting a block, and then I will do the same over here, and then I will find the diagonal to make sure that it is 293 inches to that point on the block, meaning that right in here diagonally. I've set the tape measure here to represent where the corner would be, and we can now walk this out to find out if this is 293 inches to this diagonal, which is going to be right there, exactly where we want this to be. So I've done that on both sides and then run the corners again. So I need to bury these other two right here where they're sitting. Took a bit longer than anticipated, but I have the 4 corners done, which is nice. This one over here was a little bit cattywampus, but it's going to be just fine. It still has plenty of room touching on there. So I have to do 2 more in here, 2 more over there, and then 4 down the middle. I'm actually not going to go quite down the middle. I'm going to do 8 foot on this side, 6 foot on this side, so that, well, 2 things. Since the lawnmower and 4-wheeler will be driving on this side, it will give more support. But also, the 2 feet that I pull off of this board, I can then use as blocking to make sure everything is nice and strong. So anyway, instead of wasting a foot and a foot and doing it right down the middle of the 8-foot boards, I can do 8 foot and 6 foot and have 2 foot of scrap. So anyway, it's late, so I'm gonna go get some more rock, and then we will finish up these tomorrow. I managed to get this whole line done right here, going across, and it is all level and for the most part straight. And then I've got this row over here done as well. So this corner is done, and then the others going along that way. And now I have to get the middle 4 in. And like I said before, they're going to be offset just a bit. So I'm actually going to start back here in the back, and I want to do 1 full 8-foot piece coming from that corner over there to this point here, and then it's going to be 6 foot going over to there. So this side over here will have less weight than this one will, and so that's what I'm going to do, is measure out real quick for this block in the middle. I'm using my tape measure here to measure from the end block, and I've got 6 foot right here, and then once again over here into my block, 8 foot is right here. So I'm just going to put my middle paver right here in this point. Put your shirt down.
Caterpillar.
You found a caterpillar.
Uh-huh.
On the front side here, I'm going to have to use 2 of these pavers because it's just a bit too low compared to the other one in the back. So just got that one leveled out, and then bring this up here to match the string. Just got the last one installed. Let me show you what I've gotten completed here. So this one right here is the only one that should have been turned a bit more to face the others. I should have used my string guide on that one, but it will still keep the corner in there just fine. So anyway, 4 on this side, 4 here in the middle, and then 4 on this side over here. Now I'm gonna have to come back and scrape a little bit of dirt on the inside here where this back corner is so close to the ground. Now we'll have a vapor barrier under here, so it'll be just fine. But anyway, that's what we've got so far. The next video, we will begin the frame here with the joists. But the four-wheeler and lawnmower will be parking on this side of the shed over here. And so these will be 6 foot, 16-inch on center, a little bit stronger perhaps than these over here, which are going to be 8. But anyway, it's going to be nice. I just wrapped up the foundation. I added one more thing that I wanted to show you. I had a couple extra of the pavers, and I thought, you know what, if my 10-foot boards are going to be coming together here at the 10-foot mark, I might better put another stone on this side and over here as well. Now I'm out of my gravel, so I did not do over here. I'll just add a gusset there to hold these two together. So this side over here will have the lawnmower and four-wheeler on it, and so that extra middle support should make a big difference. Okay, well, this concludes probably the most boring part of the shed build, and that's just digging holes and putting pavers on top of gravel, making sure it's level, packed down, and all of that. So, okay, that's our finished product. Got 5 there, and then 4 all the way over here. I also came back and scraped the high spots, especially since that back corner is at ground level. So that should prevent any water from building up or the boards from being too low. In the next build, or next portion of the build, we're going to be installing some black plastic that will help be a moisture barrier from getting moisture up into the shop. But if you would take a moment to subscribe and ring that notification bell, and also leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what I have done here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.